Hello everyone, I'm Nick Weber, and today I want to talk to you about retirement plan tax benefits that make contributing not cost as much as you think, why it's so important to start saving for retirement early, how much you should save, and practical hacks to boost your 401k contributions. Let's dive in. Let's start with the big reason why contributing to a 401k doesn't cost as much as you think: tax benefits. Traditional 401k contributions are made pre-tax, which means every dollar you put in reduces your taxable income for the year. You get an immediate tax break for saving. In other words, you're saving for retirement with money that would otherwise go to the IRS. Here's how that works in practice. Suppose you decide to contribute an extra $100 from your next paycheck to your 401k. If you're in a 22% federal tax bracket, that $100 contribution will save you about $22 in taxes that you don't pay now. So your take-home pay only drops by roughly $78, not the full $100. The $22 that would have been taxed is now working for you in your retirement account instead. Over a full year, if you contribute, for example, $8,000 to your 401k and you're in the 24% tax bracket, you'd save about $1,920 in taxes right off the bat. That means the real cost to you is only about $6,080 because Uncle Sam essentially chipped in the rest via tax savings. This is what we mean by it doesn't cost as much as you think. The government is giving you a tax break to encourage you to save. Additionally, all the money in your 401k grows tax deferred. You won't pay taxes on the interest, dividends, or gains each year like you would in a regular savings or brokerage account. You only pay taxes when you withdraw in retirement, and at that point, there's a good chance that you'll be in a lower tax bracket. For many people, income drops after they stop working. So not only do you get a tax break now, but you could also pay less tax on that money when you take it out in your 60s. It's a win-win: save now, pay taxes later, potentially at a lower rate. Next, let's talk about when you should start saving. The single most important thing you can do is to start saving early. Time is your biggest ally when it comes to investing. The earlier you start, the more years your money has to grow and to recover from market ups and downs. Even if you can only put in a small amount in your 20s, those dollars have decades to compound. Compound growth means your contributions earn investment returns, and then those returns earn their own returns, a snowball effect that accelerates over time. For example, let's say you invest $300 per month in your 401k, earning an average 7% annual return. If you start at age 25, by age 65, you could have over $700,000 saved. But if you wait until age 35 to start, you'd end up with only about $340,000. And waiting until 45 leaves you with just around $147,000. That's the power of time and compounding. You can't ever make up for the years you don't participate. In fact, one study found that if you delay saving up until age 35, you might need to save roughly 23% of your income to catch up. Starting early allows you to save at a more comfortable rate and still reach your goals. The earlier you start contributing to your 401k, the more time your money has to grow. Small contributions in your 20s can turn into hundreds of thousands of dollars by retirement. So how much should you actually save for retirement each year? A common rule of thumb is to aim for about 15% of your pre-tax salary, including any employer match. This guideline comes from research and is designed to help a person who starts saving in their mid-20s to accumulate enough by age 67 to maintain their lifestyle in retirement. Of course, 15% is a general target. Your personal number might be higher or lower depending on when you start, when you want to retire, and other factors. But 15% is a great starting point for most people. Let's put that into perspective with a $75,000 salary. 15% of $75,000 is $11,250 per year, which is about $937.50 per month. That might sound like a lot, but remember, this includes your employer's contribution. If your employer offers, say, a 5% match, that's $3,750 of the $11,250 coming from them. Free money for your retirement. You'd only need to contribute the other 10%, around $7,500 a year, from your pay to reach the 15% total. Always contribute at least enough to get the full employer match. That match is essentially a guaranteed return on your contribution. It's free money. If 15% feels out of reach right now, don't be discouraged. Start with whatever rate you can and work your way up over time. Some people begin at, say, 5% or 8% and increase their contribution annually. The key is to make saving a priority and steadily move toward that 15% goal. Reaching 15% consistently, especially from a young age, could put you on track to accumulate roughly 10 times your salary in retirement savings by age 67. It's a level often recommended for a comfortable retirement. Knowing you should save is one thing. Actually doing it and increasing your savings rate over time is another. Here are some practical tips and hacks to help you grow your 401k contributions without feeling a big pinch in your wallet. If offered, start with the employer match, free money. If you're not already doing so, contribute at least enough to get the full employer match on your 401k. As mentioned, this is effectively free money, an instant 100% or 50% return on your contributions, depending on your plan. Don't leave that on the table. For example, if your employer matches 5% and you're only contributing 3%, bump up your contributions to 5% to capture the full match. Automate annual increases, the 1% challenge. Try increasing your savings rate by just 1% of your salary each year. Some plans have an auto escalation feature which will do this for you automatically. A 1% increase is small enough that you'll hardly notice the difference in your paycheck, especially if timed with raises. But over 20 or 30 years, those little 1% boosts add up. In fact, Fidelity estimates that for a worker in their 20s, increasing their savings by only 1% could mean about 3% more income in retirement. Small steps can lead to big results. Use raises and bonuses. Whenever you get a pay raise or bonus, consider directing a part of that into your 401k rather than to new spending. For instance, you could commit half of every raise to your retirement plan. If you get a 4% raise, increase your 401k contribution by 2%. You'll still see your take-home pay go up, but you'll also be boosting your future savings. The same goes for any bonus or tax refund. Consider putting a chunk of it into your 401k or IRA. This way you painlessly increase your savings whenever your income increases, so you never feel a loss in take-home pay. Budget and pay yourself first. Treat your 401k contribution like a fixed bill or a pay-yourself-first expense. When you budget, consider your retirement contribution as non-negotiable money that gets spent on your future self. This mindset can help prioritize savings. Living on the remainder of your paycheck after your 401k money is taken out becomes easier once you adjust. Because you never saw that retirement money as disposable income to begin with, the 401k contributions come out of your paycheck before you even see it. Catch-up contributions for later in your career. This tip is for down the road, but it's good to know once you hit age 50, the IRS lets you contribute extra to your 401k beyond the normal limit. If you happen to start late or want to supercharge your savings as retirement nears, take advantage of these catch-up contributions. They're there to help you catch up, but as the saying goes, don't rely on them because you shouldn't count on catch-ups to fully make up for lost time. It's still best to start early. Catch-ups are just a bonus if you need them. Thank you for watching and taking steps to educate yourself on your 401k. By starting early, saving enough, increasing contributions over time, and leveraging tax benefits, you're setting yourself up for a financially secure retirement. Your future self will thank you. Keep investing in your future and feel free to reach out if you have any questions about your 401k plan. Good luck and happy saving.